Well, good morning and good afternoon on the East Coast, Sigma race fans. We come at you live here today from Moses Lake Motorplex, the home for Sigma Racing. And here today, the penultimate race in the chase as we're getting towards the end and close to crowning a champion. Getting the starting lineup started here today. Shy Turtle set it on the pole. He is trying to hunt down the title, running from behind, but he is chasing down a dream here alongside Joey Johnson there on the front row. Bonus points for Shy Turtle with that pole position. He starts up front. He's going to try to keep it up there. Next row back, it's going to be Santi Messi and Snake Plissken, a pair more of title contenders. Then it is Billy Lovejoy, fresh off of his win from Toronto alongside Ralph Oberstadt. Tim Morse and Cannon Gage, your points leader, right there on the outside of Morse. Jonah Burridge and Adam Starr, followed by Philip Purpura and the contender, Sebastian Galloway Jr. Then is Lefty Turner and Sarah Taylor, followed by Alex Sanvital and Finley Herwig. Campbell Marsh and Krista Cower, a pair of them that are eliminated from contention already, but they could still spoil the party in the mix for the race here today. Ryan White and Timothy Buchanan, followed by Trevor Vaden and Alan Malcolm. Then it is Chase Kovacic and Eli the Wolf, Jack Davis and Cam Jordan, Andrew Moger and Davian West, with Ryan Little, Kat Durham, Kyler Sestrate, Jeffrey Gerald, Silent Amethyst, Jason So, and Justin Day 2 rounding out your field here for the Steel Hill 300. 300 laps of racing here from Moses Lake Motorplex. Should be a great race here.
Start your engine!
Points at the bottom updated with the qualifying positions, so even with a P8 qualifying, Cannon Gage rolls out first in the points still here today with about a 12-point lead over Snake Plissken, who starts up front ahead of him there. And we are getting ready to roll here today. Moses Lake Motorplex, let's go racing. Touted for a very wide range racetrack. You can get 4 wide on the race. It's an awesome venue. A lot of great action here, a lot of chaos, a lot of carnage usually. And so we're hopefully in for a treat here today. Hopefully it's I'm going to have to use manual cautions because I might have forgotten to turn cautions back on. So we're going to be playing track official and all of that at the same time, perhaps. Right there, battling for the lead, Santi Messi, who's won 2 of the first 5 races. He would like to try and win 3 of the 6 chase races here. Going for the lead early on Shy Turtle there. Lap number 2 in the books. Lap led by the number 99, and now a lap led by the 84. So those bonus points are going in their direction here. Santi Messi, Shy Turtle, and now Santi Messi to the lead. Briefly, it looks like the battle is going to brew there for a minute. Joey Johnson falls all the way back to 4th as Snake Plissken jumps up to 3rd there. Ralph Oberstadt running in 6th. Then it is Sebastian Galloway Jr. jumping up to 9th. As Cannon Gage has settled into 7th at the moment. Well, Billy Lovejoy moves up to 4th. He wants to try and win a pair of races here at the end of the year. Shy Turtle with the fastest lap so far, a 27.607. No wreck yet, so we're staying clean and green at the moment. Ooh, Cannon Gage making some moves. He's up to 6th now. The more points he makes up, the bigger his lead will be in the finale at Tri-City Raceway in a couple weeks' time. So he wants to capitalize here today and get as many points on the table locked down for himself. Ralph falls back to 7th there. Joey Johnson falls to 5th. Shy Turtle in 2nd. Santi Messi leading. Sebastian Galloway Jr. up to 8th. And Cannon Gage now up to 6th. There's Snake Plissken knocking on the door, looking to try and take 2nd. He knows that the points are very much going to be a big topic here today, and that number 2 car moving through the field is going to make it harder for the 81 to gain points on him here. Here we go. The 81's looking on the inside. Is he going to be able to make the pass and complete it? Right there alongside the 99, charging downhill. The climb up Steele Hill, and now the climb down the backside of it. Up to 2nd. It looks like Snake Plissken is going to go. As we keep updating those points, look right there. Cannon Gage, 1791 over Snake Plissken, 1781, only a 10-point lead. Sebastian's going to have to really lock it in here and try to close that gap, or else it's going to be a lot harder at the season series finale. Santi Messi has been the most on top of it here in the chase, but had such a big points gap that he had to bridge that it's not looking like he's going to be able to really catch up, crazy as it is. See right there, he's still, well, he's at 1,728 points, and the finale at Tri-City Raceway will only have 57 points up for grabs. So to do the simple math there, 1791 minus 57. Your breakoff point will be 1734, and Santi Messi would be eliminated as they run right now going into the finale. And he's already won 2 of the first 5 races, leading this one and trying to win 3 of the 6 chase races and not have enough points on the table to actually fight for the championship is wild. That just shows you that, the regular season meant a whole lot. And the way we designed this full Senda Cup chase, we still credited the teams and their regular season status. And when the points reset, it gave them at least enough of a bonus, a boost. But it didn't completely make it unachievable either. So tough break for Santi Messi, who did not have the best of regular seasons. You have to put together a full championship. It's not just the chase. You got to do the whole shebang, and he's going to fall short here, even with potentially. No, I'm not saying this one's a win in the books yet, but if you were to get a 3rd win here today, that would be wild. Win half the chase races and still be eliminated by race number 7. So. At one point, this was supposed to be the finale. We were going to host the finale here at Moses Lake Motorplex. But upon completion of the new track for Tri-City Raceway, we've kind of tweaked that a little bit, modified it. So now that we are hosting the series finale at both of our own home tracks here in Sigma Racing with Bridge to Cup here. Everyone's still running. I'm surprised we didn't have a wreck to start this race. So we are rolling clean through 16 laps here so far. And looks like Cannon Gage moving his way up to 5th there. That's a big boost. Sebastian still holding on to 8th at the moment, but this turns into a bit of a strategy race. As long as this race goes on, the drivers will start figuring out different strategies for pit stops. So don't count anyone out. There's a lot of racing to go. 300 laps is kind of a full-length endurance race here today. So awesome to be hosting races on the tracks I've built. The home track for Sigma Racing here, Moses Lake Motorplex. And someone's gonna notch their name in the history books here. Moses Lake Motorplex and Tri-City Raceway next week. The first official point scoring race at Tri-City Raceway coming up here. And it'll be with the Bridge to Cup finale first, then we're going to host the Cup race following that. But what's looking like could be the case here, we might have a 4-dog fight for the title at Tri-City Raceway. The points are still going to be about the same because we're going to have a 30-car field. And back to 25th, you still get more than 1 point. So that means if someone finishes 26th to 30th, they would still be 1 point. So a bad mistake on lap 1 at Tri-City Raceway could really sink your advantage and still give that point spread of 57 points. Santi Messi at this point desperately, he's got his fingers crossed, hoping for some bad luck from some of the other title contenders so that he can maybe be a 5th driver in the conversation once we go to Tri-City Raceway next. Joey Johnson would be eliminated, Ralph Oberstadt would be eliminated, and as you're looking at it, Santi Messi is technically eliminated for title contention based on how everyone's running at the moment. Cannon Gage picks up another spot. He's into 4th there. Ralph gains a spot up to 6th. Lefty Turner up to 9th. New fastest lap at one point here, set by Ralph Oberstadt, the number 3 car. A 27.347 fastest lap so far here. And as Cannon Gage gains more spots, that means that that points tally continues to grow here. And so as you look now with the points rolling around, your points lead is now 1795 minus 57. That puts us at 1738 in the elimination. And Shy Turtle almost in elimination as he has 1740. That would be a 55-point span, which could be closed with a 1-point gain from Cannon Gage and a max points race from Shy Turtle at the finale. Well, as we're getting settled into a nice long run here, let's check on the fuel window here at Moses Lake Motorplex. 111 laps, so it's definitely going to be a two-stopper. They could break it down the middle like 100 laps each. Not a lot of passing going on at the moment, pretty much a follow the leader affair. I'm going to be keeping my eyes on mechanical failures if we get any as well. So at the moment, pretty clean and green, steering it towards a long green flag run to start the race here. 28 laps and counting. We have seen a lot of fuel strategy in the chase this year. The chase races have been defined by big strategy games. And so the crew chiefs have been working overtime trying to figure out every angle to get the upper hand at these racetracks, and it's exciting because I think that's what we're going to be in store for here today, is some more strategy calls at Moses Lake Motorplex that could really change the whole dynamic of this title. Looks like under attack there for second. Shy Turtle's trying to catch Snake Plissken, but the 84 is really starting to drive off here. We've had a couple points paying races here at Moses Lake Motorplex. The Cup race earlier this year was pretty exciting as it went down to the wire, and it was between two teammates on basically completely different strategies. It was fun to watch, and I think we could see some more of that here today, especially when you've got a couple teammates in the mix for the title against each other. Shy Turtle and Ralph Overstack, could we see a repeat of that kind of strategy gate between teammates here at Moses Lake Motorplex? Shy Turtle did set on the pole, so we got the bonus point for setting it on pole here today, and now trying to get back around for second place on Snake Plissken. Plissken holding him off though, keeping him at bay. As Cannon Gage has climbed from 8th up to 4th starting here today. And lap traffic ahead on the horizon here. So your leaders, it's about halfway through a fuel run almost, and they're going to be dealing with some lap traffic to boot. Shy Turtle sticks it in there. Here he goes. Full speed ahead, side by side. This could be a swap for position. Not quite set, but it looks like he can make it work here on the exit. It's going to be interesting once they get into the lap traffic here to see how brave and bold they get moving through and navigating them. There we go, second place now. Back in the hands of the 99 car. Good battle though, Snake not letting him by easily. All in the meanwhile, behind that you have the 82 starting to reel in on the 2. They're starting to catch up the 84 here with that lap traffic ahead. This will really get interesting. Snake Plissken battles back to get into second yet again. Not a lot of movement throughout the rest of the field, though. Everyone's pretty much about where they've been at for the last handful of laps, so there's going to have to be a lot of strategy games being played here to make up some spaces. It looks like track where track position is huge, it seems like, today. And the 60 is going to hold up the traffic here just a little bit. There we go. Snake Plissken gets around the 99 here. Has got his hands full with all the lap traffic. Oh, there's 85 there. Timothy Buchanan having to make a pit stop. Perhaps maybe a flat tire or something on that 85 as he pulls it down pit road. That was kind of strange. But we stay green, keep rolling here. As plenty of folks are following the lap down here before our first round of pit stops. Snake Plissken, this pass for the lead would be huge. He'd get a bonus point for leading lap. He'd get all the points that come with leading the race. And it would start closing that gap yet again to Cannon Gage that's been such a topic point during this chase. Cannon Gage, though, not making it easy as he's still right there in the top 5. Keeping it hard to gain points on him. But he's having to deal with the lap traffic just like your leaders are. And it's no, it's no easy feat. Different approaches to the racing line for the 81. You can see him trying to kind of slide it around the track there to get a good run on the 84. Top 3, a bit of a breakaway here from 4th, it looks like, for the moment. So this is NASCAR Racing 2003. It is this is fictional offline racing, so it's featuring all the game itself, racing, simulated racing, basically. So it is a server full of real people that have picked and chosen their cars, their sponsors, and all the car numbers and manufacturers and whatnot. So there is a form of reality to it. It's kind of like Motorsports Dungeons and Dragons, basically. So we get to choose your car, you get to choose your sponsor and manufacturer, and everyone tunes in to see how the race goes for each of their drivers. So it's kind of fun. It's a new level of fun for me, since this is a track that I built in NASCAR Racing 2003, and it's finally hosting a race which is pivotal in our whole championship scheme of things, which is awesome. First time that's ever happened, actually. So at least to have a race that means this much in the grand scheme of a title for us. And there's definitely more to come just like that as we get, you know, more years under the belt. These races at these tracks will become more important and valued. More prestigious, I guess would be the best way to explain it, as we continue to add to the chronicles of the Sigma Racing analog. Well, they've managed to work their way through a big chunk of that lap traffic, and there's some clean track ahead for now. Not seemingly anyone having much of a shot here to get by the 84 of Santi Messi yet. Plenty of racing, though, still. We're only on lap 56 of 300. Could be a lot of chances to get around that 84 car here today. Okay, so your whole top 8 is made up of title contenders now, as Billy Lovejoy fell back to 9th there. Oh, Billy Lovejoy just got back by Sebastian Galloway Jr. as soon as I spoke, so... But yeah, our first round of pit stops likely approaching about lap 100 here, as tire degradation is a big problem at this racetrack. They're already down about 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds from their fast laps here, so it is it's a tough track, and it's very, very abrasive. So those pit stops are going to be a very welcome sight once they get to that stage of the race here today. Ooh, look at that. The number 2's moving into the picture. Up to 3rd now is Cannon Gage. That's a big swap in the points right there. Sebastian Galloway Jr. must have pitted. I'm not sure what happened there. What is the problem with Sebastian Galloway Jr.? A header, a blown header. That is an elimination from title contention. Dead engine. 35th. That's just the worst way to go out for a title. It was looking like we were getting all the way down to the wire for the championship with at least 3 or 4 drivers. But here today, already out for the count. The 35th place belonging to Sebastian Galloway Jr. Heartbreak. So now it might be down to about a 3-car fight for the title. We'll see. So updated points as they run there. You'll see Sebastian Galloway drops to 1,732 points, which is not exactly elimination yet if Cannon Gage gets in a wreck here today. Look at that, 3 wide for the race lead. Here goes Shy Turtle to the top spot. From pole back to the race lead. He's fighting there with the 81 and the 84. If the 2 happens to have a mechanical failure or gets in a wreck here today, that could bring that points conversation back into the mix here, as basically it could happen. It's not over until the day's over, so I would not consider him completely eliminated, but it definitely makes the whole title hunt a lot harder now that he is no longer out here fighting for points today. Snake Plissken jumps to the top here, and he gets a lap led, so that is a new leader here. Snake Plissken, followed by now 2nd place Shy Turtle. there we go. Shy Turtle the top spot. And here comes Cannon Gage through for second. Points are all changing here as every lap we turn here at Moses Lake Motorplex. Have a wreck here. First caution of the race brought upon by, looks like, involving the 74 here. And the 70 of Ryan White. That's Andrew Moger, Ryan White. He gets turned. Yeah, it's pretty mild, but brings out the caution nonetheless. And pit stops here at lap 73. And coming out with the race lead, it looks to be the 99 of Shy Turtle here. All the lap traffic pits on the next lap here. Alrighty, let's get rescored here. The new leader, Shy Turtle. Cannon Gage still in third. Snake Plissken in second. Santi Messi is fourth. Shy Turtle leads. Joey Johnson in fifth. Ralph Oberstadt sixth. Lefty Turner seventh. Campbell Marsh is 25th. Cam Jordan is 26th. Sikauer in 11th. And Chase Kovacic in 12th. So as you see on the ticker down below, updated yet again. And as they run right now, eliminated from contention would be Sebastian Galloway Jr. and Santi Messi, Joey Johnson, Ralph Oberstadt, as they are more than 57 points out of it. Your top three looking like they could be walking into the championship finale at Tri-City Raceway in a three-dog fight. But 225 laps to go. Anything could happen. We could have a big pileup with all your title contenders. We could maybe even have as many as 7 drivers still alive for Tri-City Raceway next race. So I guarantee you there's probably some voodoo doll clutching from the 95 camp as they watch the rest of this race with a bated breath. They're hurting right now after a blown engine takes them out of the title hunt. That's how tough this whole championship scheme is that one mistake basically erases everything. And I mean, the same can be said for any of these other drivers that are still racing right now. Those top 4, any of them could have a mechanical failure here in the finales last 2 races. A big wreck, something could go wrong. You just don't know. Any day, any race, it's always a new problem lurking around every corner. Looks like there are black flags for Cannon Gage and a couple other drivers. Maybe a bad restart or something, but they got their black flag served. They're going down pit road. They could fall a lap down here. That could be a blessing in disguise for some of these other drivers that need a a lucky strike here. So that changes things up a little bit. The 2 drops all the way back outside the top 20, all the way back. Actually to 16th, my bad, not outside the top 20. And there we go, battle for the race lead between Snake Plissken and Shy Turtle. Cannon Gage is able to avoid going a lap down as he stays in 16th there, so that could be a savior in disguise as well. As all he needs is a caution to get back into the mix, but as we wait here a moment, we'll get those points retallied here. Okay, points updated after that black flag. We're under caution number 2 here, so something went wrong. Let's check what the caution is real quick. Snake Plissken actually leads the points now after the Cannon Gage drop from Grace. Well, there you have it. The stalled car, the 19 there of Alan Malcolm, is what brought out the caution. A mechanical failure, a blown engine for the 19 as well. So some mechanical failures are rearing their ugly heads here. Moses Lake Motorplex knocking some drivers out from the running. A clutch failure, it looks like, for the 19 there of Alan Malcolm. We're going to go ahead and try to wave around as many cars to get back on the lead lap after they make their pit stop here. lights are off on the pace car, and we'll get back rolling here shortly. Let me upgrade the points as they run real quick. Cannon Gage has worked his way back into 15th there. Snake Plissken in 3rd. Santi Messi in 7th. Shy Turtle leads. Joey Johnson's up to 2nd. Ralph Oberstadt in 4th. Lefty Turner in 17th. Followed by Campbell Marsh now back in the running order to 27th. Then is Chase Kovacic running in 10th. Krista Cower running in 9th. And 30th for Mr. Cam Jordan. We're back rolling here. And that's going to be a black flag for those that jumped the start yet again here. Seems to be a recurring problem here today. Do not like that one bit. Let's reset. I don't know why we're getting this problem. We haven't had this problem here all the last couple races we've had here haven't had that problem. So black flags handed out to a bunch of your leaders there, and it'll take another caution period. We'll get things sorted here hopefully. I think doing the wave round is what hurts. It often tweaks the way the race restarts, so and maybe on me for trying to tweak and modify laps on caution breaks here, but we'll try to get it all squared away. I feel like that may have been the only way to get things kind of sorted back out the way it should be. Black flagging the people that got the wrong boosts and trying to reset the field in the running order that it should be. After we're going to try this with single file restarts going forward, because it seems like they cannot do a double file restart at Moses Lake Motorplex to save their backside. So don't know why we didn't have this problem every restart in the cup race here, but today it's every restart we can't get going. So no more double file restarts here today. We'll try it again. Well, that seems to have resolved the problem. We didn't get any black flags. No, we got another black Haitians, I guess. So we keep rolling now. 82 now pulls off and has to get served black flag penalty there. Cannon Gage only has a 3-point lead over Snake Plissken, and then about a 40-some point lead over Shy Turtle. Okay, we're under caution for the 5th time here today at Moses Lake Motorplex. And let's see what brought out the caution. There were green flag pit stops going on there, so a few drivers are going to be trapped a lap down, and it looks like we didn't have anything happen on the track, so the game just threw a random caution for us. And yeah, there we go. During green flag pit stops nonetheless. This race is one that I wish we could forget already. It's not looking to be working the way it should be. Never seemed to work from the beginning here today, as I was having troubles getting the save editor to work, and it's a non-stop issue here today. So, go figure. Oh, yep, 60 car came to a stall on the backstretch. That's where we were brought under caution here, so. Okay, let's try to wave everyone around. Been a nightmare race. 109 laps to go, and we might be able to see them stretch it to the finish without any more pit stops, but no guarantees on that. It is Ralph Overstat leading the race over Shy Turtle, Snake Plissken, Cannon Gage, and Santa Messi, all of which are title contenders, some of which might be getting eliminated. And then we're getting black flags left and right every lap. I'm about ready to scrap this race here and try to figure out what's wrong with my track. I don't know. We have never had this problem before. It's black flagging the entire field every restart. So, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end broadcast. This is not what I was hoping it would be. And I don't know when I'll be able to get back around to broadcasting this race in particular, but it has just been a nightmare, and I've been trying to fix it every turn, every tweak and modification, but this game is not working with me right now, and it hasn't been all day. So, yeah, no, I'm not trying to rage quit here, but this is frustrating, and the championship deserves a much better send-off than Black Flag Central here, so Not very often that I do something like this, but we'll try to figure it out and go on from there. We'll see in the next broadcast.